fame, power. Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, attained everything this world has to offer, with his final words calling out to pirates worldwide to set sail for the Grand Line in search of the greatest treasure he left behind, the One Piece. On this special episode of Logpose Lounge, we discuss who should get the One Piece besides Luffy. I'm Popo, and with me are my co-hosts Chris and Adrian.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting episode, guys. I've been thinking about this for a while. I brought it up to you guys several times. So I'm interested to hear your takes on who deserves the One Piece besides Luffy. Because I feel like this is a question that many fans have been asking since the beginning of like One Piece. Like who besides Luffy, who do you think deserves it? And One Piece is like has a lot of likable characters, a lot of pirates. So there has to be like at least five characters that you are rooting to get the One Piece.
And also taking into consideration, seeing as we're trying not to give it to Luffy, we're also assuming that none of the Straw Hats get it either. So it'd be someone outside of the Straw Hat crew, but not necessarily the Grand Fleet.
I don't think
Yes, Pierce.
anyone deserves it other than Luffy.
Wow. Wow.
What a basic ass bitch.
You're such a Luffy stan. Get out of here.
Teeth right now.
Why do you think I picked Buggy?
I can't wait to hear why you argued for Buggy.
I know.
And it means
I'm so excited.
It's the troll answer.
so obviously we're gonna do it like nobody from the Straw Hats is included in this. So each of us should pick at least one pirate slash marine slash generic nobody to who do we think deserves the One Piece. So why don't we hear from Chris himself? Who do you think deserves the One Piece, Chris?
Going through all the characters in One Piece, it was hard to find a character that I think should get it, but so I pick, instead of finding someone that would do something great with the One Piece, I decided to pick Buggy, the genius jester. Buggy is a character from way at the beginning of the series that we meet, and he's like this low level pirate at the time. We don't really know much about him, other than him and Shanks were on the same crew at the time. Later on, we find that he was actually an apprentice of Goldie Rogers' crew, and they sailed together with Odin and would pal around with Whitebeard as well. After Roger died, Buggy formed his own crew and just kind of pillaged and raided islands in the East Blue. Didn't really make much of a name for himself until after he met Luffy. After escaping Impel Down, he fought in Marineford, and that's when he became known to the world and also became a warlord. This little guy who was like taking over a small town in East Blue became a warlord after like doing pretty much failing upwards. So I think it's fun that to see him continue to fail upwards. Maybe he'll be an emperor next, and then the One Piece. It's only a matter of time. Buggy has a devil fruit called the Chop Chop fruit, which makes him separate in different pieces. With this fruit, he has fought people like Mihawk and Aokiji. On his crew, he has a bunch of different interesting characters, such as Mr. 3, Elvita, and a bunch of inmates he rescued from Impel Down. So I think Buggy, he's a silly guy. He's always fun when he comes on screen. So I like him to see him to succeed and get the One Piece.
Interesting take, Chris. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely didn't consider him as an option, but he is kind of a character that Oda keeps around for a lot of comic relief, I feel. Just kind of that guy who puts in all this work and really doesn't have a ton to show for it. But yeah, failing upwards is a really good way to put his progression as a character. So it'd be kind of funny just to see Oda have this long, dragged out series with all these loved characters that are incredibly talented, very powerful, and then all that just to have the world's greatest treasure known to man, you know, get passed off the buggy. Yay.
I mean, he almost made it to the One Piece, but he got sick right before. So this is his chance to get it.
That is true. That is
His
very
redemption
true.
arc. Buggy's redemption arc.
Even though I don't think he would actually want what the One Piece is.
I like how you mentioned he keeps failing upwards, and I love when you say that. Just because that's kind of the character that Buggy is. He's just a silly character who it would just be really comical to see him win the One Piece, get the One Piece.
I mean, Buggy's kind of the embodiment of just folklore in general. Like I mean, it's like Nolan. Do you remember that little story they had in the beginning of Skypiea, Nolan the Liar?
Hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of like a real life rendition of that. I mean, only instead of him ranting about a sky island, he's just his legacy is being stretched out for what more than what it actually is. It's like when a story goes from island to island to island, it gradually gets more epic.
I get what you're saying, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Because
that's gonna be like Buggy's the legend of Buggy. So it's gonna put his character's probably gonna end with like some like what Popo said, some folklore, some tale being told around the islands about if you don't eat your vegetables, Emperor Buggy's gonna come for you. I like how Chris brought up that his power is he splits different pieces, but when they all reunite, they come back into one piece.
Buggy was the
So
One Piece the whole time.
Really? Really?
I think I won. It's over. I won.
I think so.
it's
I
over.
think so. Yeah,
It's
that's,
over.
tap out. I'm done. No, white flag. White flag.
Okay, some good points for Buggies. I can definitely see it. Let's hear what Popo has to say. Who's his character?
Okay. So I guess thinking about this, I don't know, it was kind of hard for me to really think of someone other than Luffy because I mean, realistically, yeah, the story's geared towards Luffy. He's the main character. We see the most about him as a person, about how he looks at the world, about how he reacts to different things and kind of what sets him off. Like probably one of the most iconic moments I can think of him is when he punched the celestial dragon. I mean, who the hell does that? But just thinking back, I took the approach of if Luffy couldn't get it, and assuming he wouldn't get it, none of the Straw Hats would get it. Who's someone Luffy would actually trust the One Piece to? And it also kind of made me think about what the One Piece is, whether it's money, knowledge, truth about the Void Century, and I think that's what I angled it a little bit towards. Um, ultimately, I picked Smoker, Vice Admiral Smoker. I see tangents of Smoker and Luffy compared to Garp and Roger, just in terms of how often they've clashed. Granted, I don't feel like they've clashed as much, but I feel like that's going to change turning up towards the end game and once Luffy actually becomes like the strongest pirate in the world, because it's going to happen. I feel that Smoker is probably, besides Garp, Smoker is one of the members of the Marines that actually understands Luffy probably the best, just because of how much he's had conflict with him. Also, more so the fact that Smoker's more on the young side in terms of being a vice admiral, meaning he's going to be the future of the Marines. Whether it's him ultimately being an admiral or someone who's gonna really change the focus of the world. I definitely believe he's not afraid to stand up to the world nobles when push comes to shove. And I believe that Luffy has enough respect for Smoker to actually believe that if he were to take the knowledge of the Void Century, if it is in the One Piece, or if that actually is the treasure itself, and Smoker would see to it that the world's future becomes brighter. I don't know, guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would agree with you. Out of all the Marines that we've seen so far, Smoker is definitely the one who would actually go about to change something in the actual system instead of other ones who would probably just throw it under the rug because they're under the Celestial Dragons. Like even Smoker's like Marine group is like the outskirts of the Marines as
Yeah,
well.
it's all the they're all the misfits, and
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty much, yeah, he's got the miscreant crew more or less, the G5.
Yep.
I don't know, Adrian, thoughts?
I like what you said about Smoker. Smoker is definitely one of my favorite characters in One Piece. But your arguments for him deserving the One Piece are weak as fuck.
Okay.
I feel like it's worthy for a true pirate, not a marine.
I know. I just wanted to take a little bit of a different take on it. I
Very
figured you
interesting.
guys would, based off our discussions off screen, I figured you guys would be picking pirates. So I figured, hey, it'd be interesting to get a little bit of a different take. Because my other option would have been Sabo.
I think I think that's fine for Smoker to get it. It's not like a thing only for pirates. If it is like knowledge of the world, which we assume it is.
Because I was kind of looking at it like, say, Smoker and Luffy are having their epic moment at the end, and they both happen to find out. I know this is very circumstantial, but they both come to knowledge of what the One Piece really is. Smoker would that would definitely draw Smoker's attention, and he'd start to think, hey, wait a minute, we've got bigger problems.
Character I think deserves the One Piece besides Luffy. I don't even think Luffy deserves it. Okay, Luffy's just
Wow.
a typical.
Ooh, here we go.
Luffy's a typical shonen boy who's definitely gonna win at the end. But a real pirate, a true pirate, okay? My boy Blackbeard deserves the One Piece. Here's why Blackbeard deserves the One Piece. So, we all know that he was a part of Whitebeard's crew. So he has previous experience. He has like all this long experience. And yes, did he kill a guy in Whitebeard's crew? He did. Okay?
And he killed Whitebeard.
And he killed Whitebeard. That's what I was going at too. So, he's a real pirate, a real G, okay? For killing. That's what real pirates do. Not your fake ass kids, running around the playground pirate. This is real life pirate. He defeated Marco. He owns Whitebeard's turf. So he even owns his turf, his land.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. He owns his turf. He owns like Whitebeard's territories, besides some small little island.
Yeah, I'm gonna call cap on that.
Big Mom owns Fishman Island, which was Whitebeard's before.
Did
I
she
think-
own Fishman Island, or Whitebeard did, and then she? Oh wait, no, she took
Yeah, you know
over.
what?
Yeah,
Jamie, pull it up. Pull up on the board.
she
Jamie.
was a part of the Alliance.
Right.
I think it just got like
I keep forgetting about the. I keep forgetting that Fishman Island was directly after the time skip.
All right.
Yeah.
He's an emperor now. He was one of the warlords. Was playing with the Marines for a while, then became emperor. He has 2 devil fruits, okay, that are OP as fuck. He's seeking out the best for his crew. Not like Luffy, where he's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for friends. No, he's picking the best of the best, okay? He went down to Imperial Down, got the most baddest character ever, which is, I forgot his name.
so bad. We can't speak his name.
Shiryu of the Rain, the former head jailer of Imperial Down.
I mean, he didn't go there to get him.
Adrian, it's not Imperial Down.
Impel Down, my bad.
Yes, there you go. Please.
Able to recruit him, and he betrayed the warden.
It's pretty easy to recruit someone when they're in a fucking jail cell.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, if you get out of here, I'll get you out of here, but you got to join my crew.
He saw some. No, like he could have killed Blackbeard, but he saw some respect in Blackbeard.
I guess.
Sure.
Ergo, Blackbeard is this charismatic individual who's looking for the best of the best.
I will agree with you. Blackbeard is the most pirate in One Piece, next to Whitebeard. Like Blackbeard is the definition of pirate.
And what better pirate deserves the One Piece than a real pirate? Not some fake ass friendship pirates. What else do I have here? I have that his dream speech. That's the best argument I can have. This dream speech he gave in the start of Skypedia arc.
Skypedia?
Whatever.
Jaya?
Gaia?
Is
don't
Adrian
want-
reading the Chinese knockoff or something?
Through a manga experience. All my viewers here, I don't watch One Piece at all. Besides the clips that Chris sent to me out of the blue.
He reads the manga single piece. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the dream speech he gave in that island where Zoro and Luffy get humiliated for believing in Sky Island. Blackbeard's like, if you have a dream, keep believing it. You know, people's dreams never end. People will always keep dreaming. If you have a dream, go for it. And I feel like that's just the best argument for why Blackbeard deserves the One Piece.
I mean, that speech definitely sets the bar for why he was a likable character in the beginning. But then, like, slowly he just does all this snake shit, like, throughout the show. I mean, Ace, he straight up just overpowered, ultimately. Then he takes, like, just Blackbeard's whole thing is just, he's very patient. He's very tactical in terms of going after his motive. He will sit there. He sat there and waited on Whitebeard's crew for, so he was waiting for 20 years on one of the strongest up and coming crews to find one specific fruit. Once he got that, just pure tunnel vision onto that fruit, enough to kill a brother.
Was he a brother though? He had it coming.
He had it coming. What?
What do you mean he had it coming, Adrian? Adrian, you just want to argue for argument's sake. Stop.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have like a master plan, whatever that is. Like him
I mean,
waiting for the devil fruit, and then him capturing Ace to become a warlord, to get the Impel Down prisoners, and then killing Whitebeard to get his fruit, just like one after other.
And let's be real, did Blackbeard really kill Whitebeard? Is it fair to say that he did?
I mean, Whitebeard did get like some battle damage from Akainu. Like he got punched in the stomach and the face.
Blackbeard was doing Whitebeard a favor. He was like, you know what? I'll end your suffering here, bro.
He didn't want to end his suffering. He just wanted his fruit.
Yeah.
It's a fair trade, I would say.
Blackbeard's not he's not a complex character. He may have a complex story and complex actions, but he's not a complex character. Blackbeard's one man with one goal, and he will do anything to accomplish that goal.
How is that different from Luffy, though? He wants to become king of the pirates.
Why?
Why? Because
We don't even really know if
he has a dream.
We don't necessarily even know that he
Why
really
does
wants.
Luffy want to be? Why does Luffy want the One Piece?
Well, Luffy thinks
Luffy just screams to the world that he wants to be king of the pirates.
Okay.
Luffy thinks
And we accept that. We've done that for damn near 1,000 episodes now.
I think it's Luffy thinks being the king of pirates means the most free person in the world.
Yes.
And he wants to be the
Yes.
most free.
Luffy's definition of being the most pirate is being the freest man.
Blackbeard wants One Piece. Wants to become king of the pirates.
But how do we know that he wants the One Piece and that's not just like a step in his master plan? We don't really know what his end game is,
Mm-hmm.
other than being the strongest, which honestly just feels like a byproduct.
He just wants people to live their dreams. He wants people to live their dreams.
Does he though?
Yeah.
That maybe isn't. I mean, I feel like you're kind of grasping at straws here, Adrian. I'm not saying that Blackbeard doesn't deserve the One Piece. I mean, he's easily one of the best candidates for it, just in terms of his strength and mind alone, and his tenacity. But I feel like you're hyping him up more than he actually is in terms of at least what he wants.
And what we know about him at the moment.
Because we really don't know what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Then why does Kuzan back him up? Boom.
Huh?
Why does Kuzan back him up?
Because I think that Kuzan ultimately believes that the Navy is a joke.
Or
I think or
he's an undercover agent.
that's also that's also a definite possibility, or genuine possibility. Excuse me.
But he also did fight Sakazuki, who like fucked him up. So maybe not.
Well, I mean, he was fighting to. Actually, that'd be an interesting thing. Like, say they literally just duked it out for the fleet admiral position, and then they both agreed, okay, whoever loses has to go work for Blackbeard. I can't imagine Sakazuki would actually agree to that, because he'd be like throwing up bile every morning when he has to say something to the guy, and just knowing his situation. He's like, this isn't justice.
All right, my final point: why Blackbeard deserves One Piece is because based off of a real pirate, and unlike your guys' choices, they're not based off real people. So therefore, I win.
mean,
There's a lot of real pirates in One Piece, though, or at least named after.
But he's the real pirate. Okay, Chris.
What?
He's the real pirate. Okay.
As opposed to the other characters named after real pirates.
No one cares about those pirates in real life. Name 3 other pirates that you know of.
Jewelry Bonnie was a real pirate. Lafitte is a real pirate.
Who?
He's on Blackbeard's crew. You know, the character they want to get the One Piece?
Touche, Chris. Touche. Okay. So I think we all heard our arguments, our points. So who do we think deserves the One Piece? Can we come up to a consensus of who do we think?
Luffy.
Yeah, Luffy.
Oh, get out of town. Nope. So it seems like we can't come to a consensus of who deserves the One Piece.
I was gonna say I agree
No,
with
Chris and
Popo.
I can come to a consensus, Adrian. You cannot come to a consensus with actual sensibility.
I would agree with Popo within this argument that I think Smoker would be the best candidate other than Luffy because he would actually do something with that knowledge. If that means like taking down the world government slash celestial dragons, or maybe like spreading the knowledge to the world. Like we don't know what the One Piece is other than it has the voice censoring in it.
Wouldn't you think that Blackbeard would do the same thing with the One Piece? Like if it was.
I mean, I don't think Blackbeard really has that high of moral fiber. I think he just does everything he wants for himself ultimately. He could care less about the world.
Yeah, I feel like he's more of a Kaido kind of like destroy the world and who really cares. Like he wants the power, like maybe it's an ancient weapon or something. He wants that power for himself.
I can see that. Because like he's big on Dream. I think.
I mean, he's really not. He just had a very iconic.
Speaking of dreams,
No,
though, I think it's interesting that he can actually dream because he doesn't sleep apparently.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, Adrian. Ultimately, I don't disagree with you. Blackbeard is definitely a candidate for the One Piece. I just don't think he's the most deserving. By some miracle, Blackbeard ended up with the One Piece. I could see it. I could see why.
Blackbeard is like the opposite of Luffy. He's like evil Luffy, essentially. So it makes sense that he would be a good candidate for the One Piece as well. As we'll have to see what his end game is and his goals are.
The end game for One Piece is gonna be Blackbeard versus Luffy.
That's fair.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Either Blackbeard and Luffy or Luffy and Shanks.
I feel like Shanks like setting up to be like the next villain.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about Shanks. I feel like he's kind of a wild card after like the Reverie stuff.
Well, guys, it's gonna be very interesting to see how the end game of One Piece plays out. Who are the candidates to get the One Piece? Because I feel like at the very end we'll see a couple of pirates trying to attempt to get it for themselves.
What's your thoughts on Blackbeard's beard game? Oh, Adrian, that's definitely a 10 out of 10. He's got a clean fucking look. Well, how do you think he gets that look? No other way other than Manscaped.
You know, it's also a 10 out of 10 and also has good looks. Twitch.tv/# Rolling Moonlight.
Does it though? That guy, I heard that guy doesn't have a camera.
Alright guys, this has been a very exciting episode. A lot of great points from you guys. Tune in next time on our One Piece discussion where we're gonna debate who is the better pirate. Captain Jack Sparrow or Luffy the monkey?